Hi, it's Naomi from Human on the Loose. It's been a while. How are you? I wanted to do sort of an intro video to catch you up since I sort of fell off the face of the earth for the last couple of months. I just needed to step away and figure out what I was doing with my life. I want to answer a few questions that have come up. I'm in Thailand. I've been here for a couple of months. Why did I leave St. George? I was never planning to be there to begin with. When I left Boise, I was going to try Santa Fe or somewhere in California. But when I started looking at the rents, I couldn't afford the rooms in the houses, the Airbnbs. I didn't want to afford. Rates are outrageous now. Rooms and homes are going for $1,500 a month. I'm used to having free reign to go wherever I wanted to go, and then I would go find a room. I don't have that free reign anymore. The people that are doing Airbnb are making a fortune, which is why a lot of people I know quit their jobs because they were making more money just being a landlord. Good for them, but I have to wonder what people do with families. Like there's a whole bunch of people that are suffering because of that whole industry, that are homeless and can't find places they can afford. And the other thing I can't find is a job. I am obsessed with Indeed, and I sent out, I want to say, 55 resumes. My resume is pretty impressive. I have a lot of skill sets. I'm an award-winning documentary filmmaker. Graduated from top of my class in commercial photography. My pictures of 9/11 have been published around the world. I was signed with a top agency in New York City, personal assistant to some very epic, wealthy people, hotel, resort photography, interior styling, even marketing. I wrote a letter to Sean Penn. Remember, I packaged it like it came from like a child, and it worked. And he called me. Editing skills. I don't do it with this channel, because I just throw it in iMovie and do really simple stuff, but those are the different areas that I've actually applied for. Like, okay, I'll try this category, this category, this category. What happens with Indeed is when you apply for a job on Indeed, it shows you how many people you're up against. It won't show you until you apply. The least amount of applications I've been up against is 250, and the most, 3,000. I actually got into one. At the time they had, I think, 450 applications. I really wanted it. It was sort of doing like residential management, like 50 different properties. It sounded really cool because you could be remote. I really want remote. I said something like, "Hello, can you hear me from down here? I'm stepping on heads. Please throw a rope," or something like that. So the guy got back to me and he said, "That was super creative, that I had to reach out and talk to you." So we had like a 2-hour phone conversation, but I knew that he was gonna keep getting more people that had more experience already in that industry, and I didn't. So years ago, I used to be able to get those jobs because my personality and my fight to have the job. I'm a hard worker and I show up. Now what's happening is you can be the laziest person. If you can get the upload there and your resume filled out, you just ding, 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 right? Send, 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 send. Not back in the day. No, you wrote the cover letters, you typed them up, you printed them out, you put them in envelopes, you mailed them, you knocked on doors. So back then, it was like survival of the fittest, right? Whoever actually took the time to mail a resume in. I kind of miss those days. Actually, somebody did find me through Indeed. Fantastic salary. After I was there, I realized the person that I was working with to help run the business was a narcissist, and I'm an empath. I've been tested 4 times in my life. You can't put an empath with a narcissist. It doesn't work. It's like the worst personality you could put with me. It's like, of all personalities, why did it have to be that one? So now that we've got that out of the way, why did I come to Thailand? My sister and husband came here. They'd already been here for a year in Phuket, Thailand. And I rarely see my sister and brother-in-law. Gosh, this would be such a wonderful opportunity. I'd live in the same neighborhood as my sister. I last lived in the same neighborhood when we were 17. I think I left home when I was 17. Hearing about the costs to live here, it was a no-brainer. And then I can afford to have like my own space, still doing the same thing. I'm still looking for work. So it's not like I'm losing out on anything. As most of you know me, I'm coming from a bike packing channel. And it wasn't designed to be a bike packing channel. I just started posting bike packing footage. One thing that's come up is some people don't understand what I mean when I've said over the past, I don't shoot for YouTube. I don't want to produce for YouTube, because I know I've said that term quite a few times, and I realized that some people have no idea what I'm talking about. What that means, I'll use Thailand where I am right now as an example. Street food is a thing. Best beaches in Phuket are a thing. And the thumbnails all kind of look the same. A lot of them, the people have some expression, really dramatic title, you're never gonna believe what happened. A lot of times the thumbnail doesn't actually represent what you see. Everyone's kind of copying each other because that system works, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's what you do. And it's all to pull an audience. I could follow that storyline, but I wouldn't feel really like I'm adding value back to what I'm interested in doing and what I've always done. Moments that I find interesting or funny, I'm sharing my visual diary with you. Does that make sense? The videos I'm gonna start loading up, I'm gonna do some really basic stuff because some people are interested in that. You know, how did you pack? How did you get your visa? Storing your stuff. So we're gonna go to Vegas, I'm gonna get on the plane, I'm gonna come to Phuket, and then I have this whole trip I do. And I'm still on it. I hope you guys stay with me and find this trip as interesting and not just on my bicycle and what I'm like out with a tent in the woods, grinding away on climbs or on trails that I should never be on a bicycle on. I just love your comments. It's my favorite part. I always get excited to see the comments. Because through comments, I learn about you too. I learn about your personalities. I could almost design a travel trip for you. That would be a great job. Like a personalized travel agent. Get to know everything about you, and then I would be able to design like the perfect trip for you based on you. All right, so now I'm floating off, as you know I do, in all directions. I hope this answered most of your questions. If not, you can always leave them in the comments. A huge hug and thank you.